Hey guys, and welcome, and it's finally here. Well, almost, right? I mean, the release I believe is Friday for the BT7 official release, but pre-release is here and I went to quite a few and it's very fun. So I wanted to start doing these deck lists that I am going to be using in the future on some matchups. So if you guys want to check those out, make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys can see the deck list that I talk about in action. So today we're going to talk about the deck that I was most excited on putting together, and that is X Antibody Dorugoramon. And this card is awesome. Not only that, now alphamon kind of comes back in this set, right? So I mean, it was only one set ago, right? But he wasn't really played as much just because he wasn't really much of a meta, and still, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be able to keep up with all the hybrid stuff and everything. But anyway, still gonna be a very fun deck to play. So let's get into it and let's get started on this deck list. So obviously you're gonna have your 4 Dorugoramon. You could put a Pagumon for the 5th. You really don't have to. It's better to just have these 4 X Antibody. For this deck list, I'm just choosing to go ahead and just go kind of straight into it. Just keep it X Antibody, not have a lot of cluster around it, so to say, because I do not want to brick as much. Next, you got your Toyagumon. You do want to have Reboot on there. Dorugoramon with Reboot would be very nice, because that means once you finish attacking, you know, his DP is going to go back to 11,000. It's not going to stay at that you know, DP buff that you get on your turn. So then that way it kind of keeps it from getting attacked. So then really the only way to really get rid of it at that point would be to use option cards or decreases DP and get rid of it. Next, we got 2 Chumons. Now this was kind of up in there. I mean, I have seen some deck lists that do run Chikurimon, but you know, the chances of being in your security is kind of slim to none. I just chose to go ahead with the Chumon because, you know, with all the hybrid stuff and then, you know, ice wall and all that stuff, this is gonna help you against those particular matchups with the memory, basically only getting memory from your Tamers, which, there we go, pretty straightforward with that. And then of course the main rookie you're gonna play is 4 Dorugoramon, because on play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with X Antibody in this trait and 1 Coda. So you're not adding just 1, you're adding 2. So you can either add another Dorugoramon in case that first 3 cards wasn't what you wanted and you get a Dorugoramon. You could get another one, play it, and then that's another 3 cards you could look into your deck. So this is a really good card because it kind of helps you look into your deck and kind of get the stuff that you don't want if you don't draw into it, or get it, you know, basically getting it much quicker. Then his Inherit, once per turn. When one of your effects places a Digivolution card under this Digimon, gain 1 memory, which again kind of goes hand in hand, right? With Dorugoramon, you're going to be placing a card underneath, you're going to be getting a memory, and you're going to be drawing from Dorugoramon. Next, you just got to go with Sonorizamon. Anyway, you want to go with 4 of these bad boys, and really because on your turn, your Digimon will always have 13,000 or more, especially with alphamon. You know, if you don't have enough X Antibody, that's fine, because his effect, you can pay up to 5 memory, get 5k, going up to 16k, and then therefore having piercing, and or if you have it as an Inherit, get a security attack +1, which is pretty clutch, right? These are kind of pricey. I finally got my playset. I got them for like around 30-40 each, and I just had to. I mean, they're only going to go up because black is getting so much more support now. You're going to get more black cards, and eventually you're going to want to have these in your deck. So I do advise you to really go ahead and get these if you can. Next, we have the new hybrid Grumblemon. Really great card. Black finally has hybrid, so now black's gonna be a much quicker deck, and you're gonna be able to close out if you need that last attack. So that is why I have this one. I was stuck on adding the new one, Gigasmon, I believe his name is, and that one, he's a hybrid too. He's a 3 cost, but he's a blocker and he's 6k, so it's kind of, you know, there's those effects that, you know, it deletes 5,000 DP or less. This would get deleted. Gigasmon would not get deleted because he is 6k. So the reason I went with this, and I'll probably try it out here and there, I might do 2 and 2, kind of see what works better. One, I mean, you can have a hybrid. That hybrid, even if you attack, you don't lose memory, and he's a blocker. So that's also pretty cool. However, it's a 3 cost. So I just chose to go with Grumblemon because it's 2 cost. You can Digivolve quicker and get to Dorugoramon or Alphamon much quicker, which is kind of the whole main goal of this deck. And then next you have your Dorugoramon. And this card is actually pretty clutch. So this is probably a reason why I don't have that hybrid blocker, is because this card turns into a blocker, right? So now here are potential 4 blockers as long as you have another X Antibody on the field, and or there's an X Antibody underneath this card, which more than likely you will have at least a baby for sure. And then if you don't, you have Dorugoramon. And then if you don't, you're gonna have another Dorugoramon on the field. If you hard play one and you know for some reason he actually survives, he will have blocker on your opponent's turn, which is pretty good. So then you have technically 4 blockers, so to speak. And then what's really great about this card is that all turns while this Digimon has X Antibody in its trait, it gets 1000 DP. So this does work for Alphamon and Dorugoramon because they are both X Antibody, right? That's the whole gimmick of this deck, X Antibody. So pretty great card, especially for X Antibody. Next, we have 4 of the Dark Tyrannomon 1 Evil cost. And you just want this for 2 reasons. 1, blocker. 2, fast Evil to get much quicker to where you want to go and need to be. And that's pretty much it. You know, in case you don't have Dorugoramon, now you got this other one, and he's a blocker for sure. Next, I really had a tough time on which one I wanted to use here. And I might play test other ones, but I went with Dorugoramon. And the reason being is we're just gonna get quicker to Mega. That's pretty much the goal here, right? He's only 2 cost 2 evil, and I mean, worst case scenario, if you need to drop him, he's only a 5 cost for a level 5. So then after that, you can quickly go to your level 6. So I wanted to try Gogmamon, the one that gives you 1000 all turns. But then 2 megas that we run here, the Alphamon and the Dorugoramon, they kind of have their own buffs, so it's kind of redundant to kind of add it on there, which is why I didn't. Not only that, he's a 3 cost. And then I also did think about adding Megidramon, the one that gives him a blocker, because then now your level 6s will be blockers. But then with Dorugoramon, you do have that effect of kind of deleting 2 Digimons from the field. Not only that, and it's also a 3 cost, so I just went with Dorugoramon just to get that quicker evil and get to your megas much faster. And then of course you have Dorugoramon. So this card is really great because when you Digivolve, you may place 1 black card with X Antibody in its trait from your hand at the bottom of the Digimon's Digivolution card to prevent card's effects from deleting it or reducing its DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. So what does this mean? This means they can't play Iron Fist against you. They can't play a Wyvern's Breath against you. You're gonna survive for that turn. So this is kind of guaranteeing, unless you attack and he survives and they swing over it, this is guaranteeing you having a level 5 for your next turn, hence you going into that level 6. So this is a really great effect. And then his inherit is, while this Digimon has X Antibody in this trait, it gains security attack +1. So now you have Sunrizamon, security attack +1, and then you have Dorugoramon, security attack +1. You're checking 3 cards potentially with 1 swing, and that is clutch. And here we go, we got our 2 megas here. We got our big boy Alphamon. Really great. It kind of helps you with, if he's in the security for sure, you're gonna have a lot of X Antibody. Before you only had Alphamon in the last set. Now we have, I've made the count, I believe it was like roughly 20 X Antibody cards now. A little more, I think it's 24 including the DigiX. So now you have Alphamon now, he's in security, boom. Not only he goes to your hand, but let's say you just have a Dorugoramon on the field and nothing else. Now you're preventing 12 Digimon from attacking you for that turn. So it's a really fantastic card, much better now in BT7 since there are more X Antibody cards. And not only that, every time you attack, you can pay up to 5 memory, get 1,000 for each memory. End of the attack, you get 2 memory back. So I mean, you can just buff it to 13 every turn and get that memory back and be where you left off. And then the bread and the butter, Dorugoramon. Fantastic. I love this card. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited to play hybrid, I'm excited to play all the other decks, but this one, just because I love black, and for those of you guys that know me, black was the first color that I played, or second color that I played. The first one was just Gaia Red starter deck, but kind of my own customized deck was a black deck. So Dorugoramon, what he does on your turn, for each X Antibody in its trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon gets 1,000 DP, right? So you have your baby, you have Dorumon, you have Dorugoramon, you have Dorugoramon, which is 4. So he's jumping up to 15k. Not only that, when attacking once per turn, you may place 1 card with X Antibody and its traits from your hand at the bottom of this Digimon's Digivolution cards to delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with play cost less than or equal to the Digimon's Digivolution cards. It's a little mouthful, but basically now you have your X Antibody stack. You use this effect, you place an alphamon or another card underneath. Now you're getting another 1,000 DP boost, so he's at 16 now. Not only that, now you're gonna delete 2 Digimon that are play cost of 5 or less, I believe, because there's 6 with the added one, so 6 of 2, mind you, right? So if you're going against a Rookie Rush, if there's blockers stopping you from attacking, boom, there you go. You attack, you delete 2 blockers right off the bat. Really great card. I love it. I can't wait to play it. And of course, you're gonna run your 4 Coda memory set tamer. Not only that, on play reveal 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with X Antibody, and then return the rest to the bottom of your deck. Really great card. Not only to set, make sure you're at 3. That's gonna guarantee, if you have a level 5 on the field, that's gonna guarantee next turn you're gonna go into a mega and it's still gonna be your turn because it's gonna set you to 3. And both of these cost 3 evil. They're not 4, they're not 5, right? So cheap cost, and Coda, just make sure you're gonna get to your level 6. Just as equally as important, if you don't have the right cards to build up to Alphamon or Dorugoramon, using Coda you can search your deck and get what you're missing, which is up to 4 cards. I added 1 Izzy and Joe. I thought a lot about this, right? So I'm like, okay, what do I want to add? I could add an Iron Fist, I could add, an extra Brave Metal, I could add another Black Memory boost. But Izzy and Joe, I believe they're gonna be better for him for this setup, just because it's an aggressive deck, but you still need to build up to it. So it's gonna help you kind of limit, how many Digimon they want to play, because you are gonna get that extra 2 memory. And not only that, it will help you draw when one of your Digimon gets deleted on your opponent's turn, right? Not on our turn, as we saw some people do. So if one of your black Digimon gets deleted on your opponent's turn, you will be able to draw 1 card and suspend this. So it's another form of helping you go through your deck quicker and helping limit how aggressive your opponent can be, at the same time while getting 2 memory. So that's why I went ahead and went with Joe. And then Brave Metal, I went with 2. And Brave Metal, you're always gonna delete at least a play cost of 6 or less, whether you have X Antibody or not. It reads, if you have a Digimon with 5 or more Digivolution cards and X Antibody in its trait in play, you may delete 1 opponent without X Antibody. Based off Dorugoramon's effect, and this is going to be more than likely going to have 5, 6, even maybe 7 cards underneath. So Brave Metal, for a 5 cost, you're going to be able to delete things like level 7s, level 6s. It's a nasty card. Now, it's nasty, and I know it's kind of like because you need to have the right setup in order for it to be a great card. So I'm going to try this. I was gonna splash 2 Iron Fists instead, just because Dorugoramon's effect, you have to build up in order to delete high play cost, right? And with Iron Fist, you can just drop it and you delete the highest, you know? So I'm just gonna try this out, see how it goes. If not, I will also try it with Iron Fist and see what I like better. And of course, I play one black memory boost. You know, you reveal 4 cards, you get one card, one black Digimon to your hand, and then the rest go to the bottom of your deck. So for example, if you break and you draw this, you just drop this, and you can get one black Digimon, which hopefully will be a Dorugoramon, so you can start searching. And then you have 2 extra memory for when you want to use and gain extra memory. So therefore, you know, in one turn you can just get 5 memory from Coda and black memory boost. Now if you have the right setup, you'd have 3, 5, 7 memory in one turn. So it can get crazy. More than likely it's not gonna happen, but you never know. So one thing that I want to do in these videos with these deck lists is see how the roll is. So what I mean by that is how bricky is the deck, what's going to be in the security, and this Digimon card.dev has this function in here which allows you to roll. So let's do 10 rolls and see if I brick. So here we go, roll 1, boom. Okay, great. I got alphamon in security. I got 3 rookies. All right, so 1's good. 2, okay, not bad. I do have a Dorugoramon there, right? Drop that Dorugoramon and then go through my deck. So nice setup. Another alphamon, 2 for 2. Oh, more rookies, 3 for 3. 4 for 4, even though it's 1 rookie. 5. We're just gonna go a little quick here. 6, 7, 8. Break. Ooh, that's rough. So 8. So 9 out of 10 times we did not break. We had a rookie in hand. So I like my odds. I mean, you have 14 rookies. You know, that's about the range that you at least want to have. But there you go, guys. There's my Dorugoramon deck list, and I will be using this in the upcoming video. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you guys want to see this deck in action. And I'm looking forward to it. So let me know down in the comments below, like, what are you guys running? If you guys are running this deck, is it the same? Are you guys switching up a few cards? What are you using? Let me know. I'm actually interested. So I will see you guys in the next video.